Some 400 children under the age of 5 drown every year in this country.
Many parents purchase safety devices for their swimming pools to help keep their kids safe. But one Austin couple says the safety net they bought didn't offer the peace of mind they paid for. So they called our KXAN tip line, and our David Scott checked it out.
It could be the American dream, a house in the suburbs, your own swimming pool, 3 adorable triplets. But it could also be the American nightmare if one of those toddlers fell into the water before an adult could act quickly enough to save the day.
We don't want to fall in, bud.
Mike and Carrie Krug have their hands full with 2-year-old triplets. So they spent $2,300 on a mesh safety net for their pool from Katchakid.
The salesperson told me that if our children were to get out on the net, that they would never get wet. They would just be out suspended on the net, and you could retrieve them that way.
But one day, one of the kids, Cash, went out onto the net.
And he just went face down. He went completely in the water, and it scared us, and I reached out and I was able to grab him and pull him out of the water, but he was completely wet.
Carrie was horrified by the experience.
I was scared to death. I thought we were going to lose him to a drowning, exactly what we bought the net for, so that wouldn't happen.
Mike called Katchakid. They told him that their net was up to national standards.
They said the standard is if they put a 30-pound weight on the net, it can sink in the water 9 inches.
And that's all right?
And that's okay.
What did you tell him when he told you that?
I said, well, that's not up to my standard. I said, because my children weigh 30 pounds, and if they went in 9 inches, they would drown.
Katchakid says it has no idea what Krug is referring to. It has no such 30-pound, 9-inch rule. The company tells KXAN its nets have a 100% safety record for more than 30 years. This is video the company pointed us to, demonstrating the safety of its product. Katchakid says its nets comply with code for safety covers set by the American Society for Testing and Materials. But according to Mike Krug,
I said, I want my money back because that's not up to my standards, and then your salesperson never told me about these standards. The salesperson told me they will be dry. The words were dry. He said, there's no way you're getting your money back.
The Better Business Bureau warns, get it in writing.
When they are told something verbally, that information is also included either in product documentation or any kinds of contracts, just so in cases like this one, we don't get to a he said, she said situation.
I didn't educate myself on what the codes were, the rules were, because I just trusted when the salesperson said, your kid's not going to get wet. Then I said, okay, if you can't get wet, he can't drown.
Bob Blankenship became a salesman for Katchakid after first being one of their customers. Even with the safety net installed, he says,
don't leave your pool alone, okay? It's the safety of the children. That's the #1 thing. And adult supervision, that's going to be the most important.
And the importance of children's safety is one point everyone agrees on. David Scott, KXAN News.
If you'd like to see those pool net safety standards, they are posted online with this story right now. Just go to KXAN.com, our website. And if you have a story tip for KXAN to investigate, just send us an email to investigates@KXAN.com or call our tip line, 512-703-5255.